Hey guys, good evening everyone. Welcome to our November 12th episode. And it's a Thursday, a day after the big typhoon that um, dropped by Metro Manila. And I know this is not going to be a happy day for a lot of the Filipinos out there. Um, but for us, of course, um, same drill. We have to prepare ourselves for tomorrow's market. So, if this is your first time to watch this video, I am Miss Jaydee, and I do review stock market insights, or I do review stocks in the Philippine market every single day. And yeah, you can go ahead and drop a comment if you have your requests. Okay, so let's wait for a few minutes for the rest of you guys to also join. I hope you're all dry and safe wherever you are, and we can get started in a few minutes. Go ahead and drop a comment for any stock you'd like me to review. And in a little while, the US market is going to open. So, for those people who are also interested in trading the US market, I will also check that out. If you have some stocks you'd like me to review in the US market, yeah, I can definitely do that. Okay. Let me know if my audio is okay. I'm also trying to test this out. Oh, my thumbnail is not updated. Okay, let me just fix that. Hi, Letitia. Good evening. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry about that. Uh, uh-huh. Good evening, audience. Okay, video, please. Oh, you also have video. I also have video, and I'm very excited because looks like the movement now is heading towards the direction we want. Let me just okay. Looks like our audio is okay. Okay. So let's see our. Oh, I have to edit first our. No. Trading. Okay, we'll remove this. We just fix our screenshot. Just one moment. Hi, Jimmy. Good evening, GT Cap, Maxis, and Mac. Lilibeth also said bought video at 97 but suddenly went down at EOD, though I'm looking at video long term like 6 months. Yeah, well, in the short term, Lilibeth, it's already a bit high, but given that there was a massive drop in the price later on with your timetable, with your horizon being on a midterm level, I think we're still looking healthy at that point. Um, Jenica Rika, hello to your dogs, Miss Jaydee. Um, well, the dogs barking in the background are from my neighbors. Actually, I have a patient right now. My dog is not feeling really good. After the typhoon last night, he started vomiting blood actually. So we're monitoring our dog. I hope that nothing serious. Well, that's already serious, but first thing tomorrow morning, we're going to go to the vet to have him checked. Hello to your dogs, Miss Jaydee. Is the market still going to correct or down in December? We are going to check that. Okay. I will. Okay, let's wait till we reach probably around 10 to 12, then we can start, okay? How are you guys? I hope you are all safe and dry. Grabe. What happened in the Rizal Marikina area, it's like Ondoy all over again. So, too scary. Just give us a few minutes. Oh, vomit siya. Okay, so let's start. Looks like, okay, I think this is already good for a start. The others who would like to join can just follow. Okay, okay. Okay. Okay, so let's talk about the index first. Um, so, well, what happened here in the index yesterday, right? In the past 2 days, we actually managed to break out of this resistance that we have over here. And there was a solid green. And what's interesting here, it sustained, wow, 1.9 billion on foreign buying. So let us see, because the nearest resistance I see at the moment is around this area, but definitely this is already a good sign because we have already broken out of this resistance. And if we are going to increase further, there's still some room for growth there, and that's approximately 2% increase, and we will observe how the market reacts to that, given that this area over here is for me a resistance level there. But you know, this volume over here tells us a lot of story. That means foreign investors are really very bullish with how the index in the Philippine market is performing. And let's try to check out how will this translate to your individual stock. So most likely, stocks that are part of the index are very attractive at the moment. Okay, but let me go ahead and first talk about. By the way, let me greet Dean, Chad, Carlo as well. Good evening. Okay, so the first stock we are going to review is from, of course, our early bird, Leticia. I hope you're still there. I'm going to prioritize your request. We'll work our way from top to bottom. Whoever came in first will prioritize. All right. So BDO, and later on in the next 20 minutes, the U.S. market is going to open. We can also check that out if you're interested in trading the U.S. market. Just comment and let me know. I can also give you some guidance on how you can start your journey in the US market. All right, so look at this BDO over here. Very long wick. And that is a good 6.5% gain in just a span of a day if you were able to catch it around the MA20 line. You see how solid your MA20 line is. This is really a actually, the MAs, especially the MA20, I am a big fan of that moving average because it really respects that key level most of the time for short to mid-term traders or position traders. So what happened here is that when we started bouncing, we went beyond that line. Each time it goes near, as you notice, each time it goes near the MA20 level, that's where you see bounce happening for BDO over here. And even though we had a red candlestick, I'd say that the lowest it could potentially drop is around the 92 level. And if I'm not mistaken, also Lilibeth got it around the 97. I know you're approximately 5% down in your trade, but don't you worry. I see if you want to expand it, if you look back, we are still within the sideways movement with your volume starting to show some increase. See this? The volume is starting to form a build up in this in the past few weeks. Okay, so if you have some buying power, the nearer you are to the MA20 line, I think that is still a healthy level. Even the 97 area, if you mentioned earlier that you're looking at entering in this stock for average of 6 months, there is a big potential, given that of course there are so many good news happening right now, except of course for the typhoon, the vaccine, in the US, Pfizer already shared some updates on the progress on the success rate, and that shows a promising accuracy rate there, and also Sputnik even higher, showing 92% in terms of effectiveness level. So in Manila or in the country, most of the establishments are starting to open up, so that's a good sign. Then much even better if we have these vaccines really fully launched. Okay, so just hang in there. I know 97 is a bit at this point for short-term traders. You might say that it's really expensive, but stick to your plan, and there is definitely some more room for improvement here in terms of price. short term, probably in the next few weeks, 113 is an area to watch out for our resistance level. Next is HLCM. Francis Lim, video MBT sec. We with the fifth law coming to help banks unload unpaid loans to make way for new ones. We might be able to see better increases, especially with BDO with absurd amount of foreign buying. Yeah, let me see. 8, yeah, good. Thanks for that insightful information, Francis. So that is, um, you know, that's a sign of hope for us. Actually, personally, I also have video, and a good percent in my portfolio is BDO. Actually, close to 50% in my port is BDO. Leticia, thank you. Okay, one moment. I'll continue your request. I just wanna say hi to Bagitong Pinoy Artista Vlogs. Dati ka-chat ko lang si Miss Jaydee dahil hirap makakuha ng subscriber now. 2,300 na siya. Congratulations, madam. Oo. Thank you. Thank you guys for supporting Miss Jaydee. But we'll continue our passion. We're sharing to, I don't know if this is the Carlo that I'm chatting with. Carlo and I were talking the other day, and I said there's this different kind of happiness, satisfaction that I feel each time I study the charts every day. So even if I only have one viewer, two viewers, I don't really mind. I'll continue whatever I'm doing. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about HLCM. Okay, HLCM. We had a red yesterday, but still we are respecting the ascending channel, right? It is still in an uptrend, some higher highs and higher lows, as you can see here. Ayaw niya mag-yellow there. You see this? Yon. Okay, so this is your uptrend channel. So if it drops, so I see it dropping because we are very near a resistance level in an ascending line. So when it drops, try to observe this key level because I noticed in the past few days when it drops, it creates some higher lows. So probably we will still be able to achieve that. But wait for it because there will be some correction that will happen. So at least you could haggle for a few cents before entering again. But I still see MA20 being a solid support at the moment. And if you want to be on the conservative side, maybe you can wait for it to drop around 580 level, and the lowest drop is 569. That is for HLCM, but definitely I see it retracing for a few cents. But we don't know. It could happen within within the day. A long wick could happen, and then people will start showing some bullish moves again and start buying. The next is CHP. CHP consolidating at this level. So what happened here is that it rallied up here, right? And then it rested. What's nice is that it just rested within the area. So this is what they call a consolidation on the high or on the resistance area. So if you want, you can draw a Darvas box here and use this area as your key level. So if you want, you can observe and check out this area if you want to give it a try. 154 is our support. This is our resistance. But even better in this situation is try to wait for it to break out, because sometimes at this level, buyers and sellers are still undecided whether this is going to decline or just going to rest temporarily and then continue its uptrend. So the best approach that I can see at the moment is wait for this to break out of this Darvas box, or the consolidation that we're looking at. But given that we are consolidating above the 50 level, the chances of it breaking the Darvas box to the upside are really high. Okay, so just wait for it. That's a much better approach here. Sec B is, by the way guys, if this is your first time to watch my video, I am doing this every single day, so you are invited to click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you're always updated, okay, when I have new videos. Also, by the way, we are in Patreon. I have a Patreon account, and if you want to be guided and you have a personalized chit chat with Miss Jaydee, I can be reached in Patreon as well. And I'll put the link here so you can also check that out. I don't give out my hot pick. So in Patreon, I try to study the stocks that are showing promising setups, and that's where I post my recommended stocks that are likely to reverse or bounce. So those are the hot picks are going to be posted there. So if you're interested in finding out what those stocks are, and if you want to be guided as you are starting your journey in the stock market, you can check out my Patreon account. I'll put the link here. Okay. Sec B, going back. Sec B is starting to show a climb with X date. Oh, X date is done. But that's fine. What we can check right now here is that, well, we are very near our resistance, okay? So my take on this is that, yes, this is still showing some bullish signs, but my recommendation is if you are interested in getting in this stock, you can do two things. Wait for it to break out of this 110 level, because that's the area where I see the resistance. I'm going to draw a line here. The reason why I'm saying that that is a resistance is because of this level over here. We saw some consolidation at that area. Look at that. So each time this price level is hit, there's a rejection that's happening. And so what happened there is there was a breakdown in the price, and we consolidated for a long time and we started climbing. So that's a good sign. Volume is also starting to climb up. Now, so I see it increasing some more in the coming days, but there could be, in some days it could fluctuate. And notice there's also a gap up that happened here. So we never know. It could revisit that anytime between tomorrow and the next weeks. But because there's this big chance that it could fluctuate from this level to this level back at the maybe it will go back only up to this level 102, because that's where the gap is. Maybe it will drop there and go back. So the safest would be, if you're on the conservative side, if it drops around the 102.13 and you get a confirmation that it indeed bounced at that area, then that's the time you enter. Second option is you go ahead and wait for the 110 to be broken. That way you can confirm that it is already a breakout play. Okay. So some good indications here would be the foreign buying, volume starting to increase slowly. See that? So I think that's also a promising sign that we will continue to move higher. So at least know your profile. Are you the type of trader or investor who's really on the conservative side and would like to take advantage of that around 5 peso discount? Then you wait. But we don't know how the market will behave tomorrow. We're not 100% sure if this gap will be filled. So at least either way, wherever it goes, you know the key levels where you can take action. You don't have to take action every single day, guys. Please remember that. Um, uh, Control your emotions. Don't be trigger happy. You don't have to do anything if there's nothing to be done. Okay, remember that. Um, Most of the time, 80% of the time, we're just here monitoring our positions. We don't have to go in and out every single time if your profile is not that, because there are also people who are really trading as a main source of income, so their actions are busier than those people like us who are doing this on the side. Okay, but how is SECB overall? If you're a long-term investor, SECB is definitely at its very, very cheap level. Okay, so take note of that. Imagine how much of a drop it happened here back in the last quarter of last year up to this level. So technically, if your outlook is really more than a year, I'd say wherever it is at right now, it's really a good area to start accumulating. Okay, so that is for you, Letitia. Lilibeth, I hope you also got some pointers there for BDO. Now let's talk about Jenica's request. Jenica, are you still there? By the way, guys, two things, right? If you are interested in creating or in joining me in my Patreon account, just check out this link. Okay, I'm going to post it here. Now, where can I get the link? Hold on. Link. One second. I'll post the two links here. One is if you want to create an eToro account so that you can start trading in the US market, and the Patreon account. So here, wait lang. 1 second. Then let me know, ping me so that I can guide you in setting up your account and every step of the way. There. Yawn. Why is this not sending? Share. Laka, I cannot send. Ah, okay. Maybe. Okay, there you have it. So first one is my Patreon account and the eToro. All right. For Jenica, let's check out SMC. I also have SMC. My average here is 102, and it's already climbing up. Ah, nice. See that? Because 102 is just around our MA20 line. What's your average here, Janica? But definitely, I'd say really worth holding on to your position right now, even though we are in the short term, we're already sitting at the resistance. The chances of it breaking the resistance would be really high. Okay, but it's just a matter of time. We do not have the exact date as to when that is going to happen. But definitely, if it is going to drop, the next possible drop would still be, I'd say, around 103.59. Okay, and you know that it's slightly higher or lower. It could also happen that way. And the thought process goes like this. So if you go screen to the left, I see this, right? It validates the key level of our resistance. So it made an attempt to go beyond that, but there was a rejection. That's why you see a wick in the past 2 days. And if it is going to drop, the reason why I'm saying at the 103.59 level is when I wanted to put it here, okay? But because when I screen to the left, I see this price level being a little higher, and you have some rejection that's happening right at that area. That's why I placed the support slightly higher. So again, watch out if it will break the 107 level. Then you have a breakout later. Otherwise, if you see a red coming out by tomorrow, then wait for it to go back to the 103.59 level and probably add more volume in that case. Okay, so those are my pointers for you. What's nice here is that, well, there's still significant volume happening. Next one is DMC. I think DMC is also, I forgot when I posted it. I know I posted this the other day in Patreon. I said probably something to watch out for. This was the breakout that I was seeing. Silipin ko nga. When did I post that? View page. November 11. I posted it yesterday. Okay. So I'm looking at 497 as a breakout level because this one over here, if you see that, that is the area where it consolidated. So that's what they call consolidation on the high or in the high. That means there's just a slowdown. The rally is happening, but people have taken profit, and a lot of people are still holding onto their position. Buyers are still dominating in this situation. And that's why when it broke out of this key level over here, that's already a breakout. And now we had 2 green candlesticks happening or showing in the past 2 days. So I'd say, yeah, there's still momentum. There's even foreign buying, but find your entry between 497 and 523. For me, that is still a good area to try and enter, because look at that, it dropped massively. And if you're looking at holding on to your position for mid to long term, very good position, I'd say. Okay, and also for those people who are into a very laid back approach to their investments, you can also take advantage of the cash dividends that the DMC is giving out on a regular basis. And if we are to look back, well, in 2019, it gave one. Okay, it looks like once a year, right? So at least there's something to look forward to. Okay, still for mid to long term, still looking healthy. Okay, KPPI, 26 trades. Not much of a foreign buying, but at least there is. I'd say, yeah, Um, we are still for short term. This is your resistance in the short term. Okay, so if you want to enter at this point, my take is probably wait for it to break out of the 570 level and ensure that we are still beyond the 50 level because my threshold here is that when it goes beyond 50, let's say it is consolidating and it is sitting beyond or higher than 50, that means momentum is stable at that point and it's just waiting for that right timing. So if it breaks out of the resistance area 570, that's a much better entry because right now there is still a possibility that it could go back to the MA20 line. So if you want same approach, try to observe which direction it will take and only take action on the key areas I pointed out, 570 or 540. So Letitia has a question. Will the market still correct by December? I'd say yeah. Between now and December, there will be weeks or even days where you are going to have some corrections or retracement because it's just normal. As we move higher and higher, people are becoming profitable and they want to lock in some profit. And so even the foreign investors will be locking in some profit, and that's when you see some red candlesticks coming out. Normally, it goes in twos or threes, 2 days straight or 3 days straight. So notice like that. So those are my key observations. And in an Elliott wave, looks like we are heading the third. So I'm no expert in Elliott wave, okay? But one, this is two, and normally the third one is the longest of them all. So it could stop right here and probably retrace over here and then continue to go higher. And when it reaches the fifth level, maybe the fifth level is going to be here because that's a, if you look to the left, you have a resistance here. So maybe that is how it will look like for the index. Around 7,506 will be the fifth stop in an Elliott wave. But 7,103 or 138, that would be your third wave. And then it will retrace, it will rest, and drop at around 6,600. So the answer is yes, there could be some corrections along the way. ASEN is another stock that is showing very bullish sign. I'm thinking this could be another breakout, but guys, please be very extra careful because I see, even though this is really promising and it's approaching our 52-week high. Well, just monitor the market because we wouldn't really know at any point in time. Big players could just be taking profit, and if you're not quick, and if your broker is COL, you just have to scratch your head if your orders will not push through. Oh my goodness. COL has been a headache for the past how many days. I myself have experienced latency and have experienced some missed opportunities because of my broker. So I'm also considering transfer to a different broker because of this. Yeah, Carlo, please help like Miss Jaydee videos as a support. Nice, thank you very much, Carlo. Renato, thugs, yes, definitely. Yeah, same feeling. I actually have Francis Lim. Same feeling. I actually have my entire port in BDO right now, bought at 95.2. It was so nice with hammer formation, then JP Morgan happened. Good luck to us. Now, I don't really video, the fact that it's video fluctuations and the current level where we are at the moment for video, it's for me it's still a very good position if you're a position trader or a mid to long term investor, still at a promising level. Letitia, you're welcome. Thanks, Miss Jaydee. Get well soon to your fur baby. I don't know if you are hearing it in the background. The dog is still vomiting as we speak. Carlo, sulit sa Patreon ni Miss Jaydee. First day, green agad part ko sa US market. Ang saya lang namin ni Carlo because Carlo is my very first Patreon member. And, you know, parang kasi looking at charts, studying charts have been a hobby of mine for 3 years now. And kumbaga, whatever I see or any opportunity I see, I post it kaagad. So sometimes in a day, I would post, I don't know, once a day ba, or minsan twice a day ako nagpo-post. Just I put the stocks that I see as a good potential. So if you also want to check that out, yeah, go ahead and check out our Patreon account. And right now kasi konti pa lang kami, so I would just, you know, message them directly. But later on, I will start activating our group. Yes, it's now green. 104 is my average. Nice. Kalimutan ko anong tanong ko sa'yo, Jenica. Lance Mendoza, good PM. What is your bias with Dito? Okay, good question. I have a Dito, and my average is still at a very healthy level. So I'm just I'm staying still. I don't take any action because I'm banking on the fact that, of course, they're the third telco. And there are a lot of catalysts that we are expecting anytime soon for the stock. So even if, you know, some people just don't know how to manage their expectations, they're just saying like it will go 1,000 kagad, 300 kagad. It will take years. It'll take years for that level to be reached. But definitely it will still go higher and higher. So I will go to Dito in a short while. But for now, let me go back to sana tayo, ASEN. So my pointers for ASEN is yon. This is the support that I see. It's a breakout. That's a breakout point. Okay, and if it is going to move higher, it can. And the chances are, if it was going to rest, it might go rest right at that level. Because we're at the 52-week high area. So that's a good thing. When you're in the all-time high or 52-week high, it could push the price even some more because you don't have a ceiling that will block the growth. Okay, so this is the stock that's showing really aggressive moves. And yon. May dividend din pala siya. 415. Okay. Pure gold. Pure gold naman. Still profit taking. Pero one thing good about this is look at this one. Your RSI is increasing, right? The momentum is starting to show while we are on a decline here. Price level was going downwards. And then what happened at this level is some form of consolidation. It somehow created a support at the 41 level. So I'm thinking this could also mean that we are approaching a bounce anytime soon. Probably what you can do is wait for it to get out of the downtrend channel over here. This is your downtrend channel because each time it bounces, it creates a lower high. and it respects the ski level. There was a rejection even here. Look at that. There's a rejection and dropped at the same point. So I feel like any moment from now we could be breaking out of this resistance area. Wag lang siya mag-break ng support kasi it's going to be a different story if it does that. So if it breaks, careful lang. Make sure you cut your loss early. Don't wait for it to drop by 15 to 20% before you finally decide to cut your loss. Dapat mga 3 to 5 lang kasi, you know, painful yan eh. Painful yan to let go real money. You know, it's if you put a sell order, that's forever there. So kailangan you cut your loss early. So the next possible drop, in the event it goes below the 41 level, ito, 38.62. That's the next area I'm looking at as a possible support. Because currently we're at the support area. See that? Pero the chances naman of it breaking the resistances, there are high possibilities. Did you hear my dog vomiting? Wow. Okay, let's talk about SEC. SEC finally crossed the MA20 level. So that is a good sign with 4 million on foreign buying. And if you're to zoom out, check that out. We're still, overall, we're still moving sideways. Parang sideways pa rin siya. And if you want to add more, pero feeling ko lang given that it rained, there was a typhoon, baka magka-breakdown. Okay, just monitor this price level, okay? Probably around, kasi I saw this support as well, 11.09. Ito then there's a resistance here. So 11.09 is our support level. I feel that there will be some profit taking that will happen as a result of this typhoon. Normally when there is a typhoon, mining companies are affected. The next is MBT. Francis, I hope you were able to hear our Sec B discussion, but I'll go ahead and discuss MBT. MBT, I also mentioned this in Patreon. I posted about this on Patreon. Look at this. We had a confirmed bounce, breakout for MBT plus this volume. This is a very good attractive volume that we can have here. And overall, and I'm addressing this to the mid to long-term investors, okay? Sobrang ganda pa ng setup niya. This is your resistance, okay? And we broke out of that resistance. And this is, the current price is just 4% higher than the potential support at the moment, because your previous resistance will eventually become your support. So I'd say anywhere between the 43.14 to the 45 level is still a perfect buy. We just do not have any control whether it is going to go gap up tomorrow or not. But definitely the area where it is at right now is a confirmation that we have a breakout play. Okay. Nice. Wow, we have 40 people. 40 people watching our live right now. Ayan. And let me talk about now. And this one is for Carlo. Promise ko to kasi kay Carlo. Sabi ko, I'll review now every day. Pero nakakaingit itong average ni Carlo. So Carlo, so like what I shared previously, this one over here, as we go near your MA20 line, it did not fully touch the MA20, but considering that this price level dito kasi it was hit several times, so that could also mean that that's our psychological resistance at the moment, and it could also go as high as 470. But one thing to check out is if it goes back to 405, that has to hold at the 405 level. Otherwise, if it goes lower than that, the next area we're looking at as a possible next possible support could be around the 372 level. So let's just observe that key level. But then again, so I also mentioned this to you, in the event it goes higher than 451, you have officially broken out of that descending channel, because I was drawing this yesterday, diba? If it starts probably higher than 450, to be safe, higher than 451. So that's the safest area dito siguro. Mag-open siya dyan. Perfect yan. Tapos move up and breaks. Pinaka the best if it breaks your MA20 line. One promising look here is that there's foreign buying. We are still at the 50s level. So dyan pa rin naman. Momentum is still there. Yun, we just need volume. Pero feeling ko with the fact that the telco companies are a hot is a hot industry right now, and of course now has its own catalysts din naman siya. Most likely we will be seeing that break anytime soon. Just monitor the 4 peso level. Yun, kasi pag umabot siya ng 4 peso level, medyo tagilid na yan. Okay? Baka babagsak siya up to the 372. At least you have those key areas to watch out for, 405 and 372. You know? Okay. Wait 1 second. Let's check out TradingView muna. Because Carla and I are also, we have a position here in one of the stocks in the US market, and it's this stock. Not so popular. It's One OK Incorporated. It's a oil and gas company. Pero kasi what's nice about this stock is so we had a breakout here. Okay, may breakout tayo dito. There. How can I make this black? Dark. Ayun. So you had a breakout over here. It moved higher and looks like it retested your previous resistance, and eventually it might create a support right here. But overall, we are still looking, at a very cheap level. And why did I talk about this? Because this is an interesting stock. This has a dividend yield of approximately 12%, 12% to 13% since the past year, and consistent every 3 months. This is giving out this around this level for its dividend. So approximately, if you compute it in the entire year, it's 13%. And what's the price right now? Very attractive level. Imagine that, a gap down show. So with the US recovering, and of course with a lot of stocks also moving up, this could move higher really, really soon. So if you are interested in also trading the US market, I dropped a link to my eToro. You can create an account, and also you can join our Patreon, so I can guide you too. Yay, may trading bukas, Lilibet. Yeah. Sobrang excited ko kasi I'm technically on VL today just to rest. I didn't go anywhere but just rested. So kaso lang, wala naman market, parang lungkot lang. Tomorrow is again a VL for me, so I'll be able to monitor the market. I'll see if I will sleep early tonight and I will be able to watch the market and probably do live while the market is open. Janica, SMC po. Let me see, did I cover SMC? Yan, si SMC. Yan, si SMC nasa 102 ako dyan eh. Average ko. But hopefully it breaks. What about green, ma'am? Manu? Yes, let's check out green. Was it you who made a comment? Because I said PSE on green today. That was you asked. I don't know if it was you who asked green. What about green? Anyway, for green, wow, ang taas na niya. Green is currently at a resistance area. Okay, so I will not be surprised if some profit taking will happen because sobrang laki na niya. It's already 285% in just a span of what? March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, 8 months. Galing ah. Okay guys, so take note that that's already an increase by 285%. So if there will be profit taking that will happen, and you're already profitable, lock in some profit so that baka maging bato pa yung pera niyan. Look at that, oh. This one is showing a descending. Your momentum is starting to show some slowdown at the moment as the price is going higher. So see if let's say if you have another red candlestick tomorrow, that's already your cue that profit taking might happen. Okay, because currently we are just right at a resistance level. We also had some foreign selling that happened, so at least you have some guide there. Okay, who is next? Francis wants... Ay, may nag-request ng tags. Alam ko yun. Tags. Kalimutan ko. Wait, sino yun? Consolidating. We're also... Tingnan natin muna, ha? Look at this. Declining in... okay. So, I'd say it can still potentially move a little higher. Watch out for this area though, around 147. Find out if it will create some decline in momentum as we go higher. That's 3 cents away from where we are right now. And if it gives you a red, maybe you consider taking profit already at that point. Okay, so guys, I'd say the price right now is a profit taking area, not an area where you will be buying. Okay, I assume the reason why you're asking is because you already have entered in the stock and you just want to identify which area you take profit. And I'd say you are at the profit taking level 147 being a resistance at the moment. However, if it breaks the 147 and let's say it gaps up and starts higher than 147, then you have a breakout play. However, you know, the RSI I'm seeing at the moment is already giving me that those signs that there will be a slowdown in the momentum. Next one is M-wide. M-wide. O na, check lang natin ang ating US stocks. Profit taking na density. M-wide. Okay, M-wide is actually looking really, really good. Halfway, we're now half of the body of the last day's candlestick is already outside of our resistance level. Yeah, actually not half, like 1/4. So if it is going to continue to move, it'll continue to move higher, then that's a good thing. It will have a breakout play. Okay, we're approaching a possible breakout here because look, imagine that how much has it dropped from the beginning of the pandemic. So it is starting to show an uptrend. When it created some bounce or some retracements, it's higher low. You see that? This was your low over here. It bounced and then it dropped, and it's much higher than the previous one. And also your volume is showing some promising signs. So if you have not entered in this yet, I'd say still looking healthy. If it drops, which is also very near, try to check out MA20 line. MA20 is your last, probably last consideration. Okay, but between that dropping and increasing, I see this stock really increasing its price because look at the volume. MACD and MACD. Yeah, I also sometimes I would use MACD. Tingnan natin with the MACD, okay? Ayan o. What's the term for this? Bullish divergence. In the blue, the faster, the blue line is the one that's faster. I'm not very good with terms, but you see when the blue line is crossing the red line, price is moving higher. This one, blue line is already crossing the red line, so it's also going to continue its uptrend. Yun lang. Make sure your price starts higher than the resistance where we plotted, so we can have a confirmed breakout right there. Dang, I miss you. I always watch you and listen to your review. DMC, Home, Meg. Home and Meg. Let's check that home. That's for Dang. I hope you're still there, Dang. Home right now in the short term, okay, is very near our resistance. This is where I see it. Okay, around the 8 peso level. But the fact I see a red right here, and you're also at the overbought level, I try to observe, okay? It could push the price higher with a long wick tomorrow, but people will have a profit taking around the 8 peso level, and that could also happen in just a span of a day. If you're profitable, consider locking in some profit if you see 8 o'clock having a difficult time. If you are having a difficult time breaking the 8 peso. Did I say 8 o'clock? 8 peso level. If you see the 8 peso level, we see some signs of weakness around that area. Tommy. Hi, Miss Jaydee. Thank you for doing what you do. You're welcome. Carlo de la Cruz, I hope you were able to hear the DMC and BDO. Ang lakas mo, Carlo. Oo naman. Kasi the first person who believed in me and it was Carlo who persuaded me to also build or create my Patreon account. And he's mentoring me on what I should be doing in my Patreon account. So thank you, Carlo. And yeah, let's start to build our small community. May konting royalty lang na hinihingi si Miss Jaydee pang merienda. So there, but really, I am looking forward for our community to grow, and I want to somehow be part of your journey. I know a lot of you guys are watching this live because you are either you have just started or considering to start your journey. I will be here for you. I can guide, give some pointers because when I started, no one was really there for me. I was watching videos in YouTube, and that's why I am here in YouTube to, of course, be a resource as well for those people who are starting. But to have a personalized approach on how I could be of help to your journey, then you can join the Patreon account. Miss Jaydee, what broker po do you use for trading the market? I use COL, and for the past few years wala akong problema, but recently because they gave me a failed opportunity dahil sa kabagalan nila, I'm not happy anymore. I am thinking of transferring, opening a different broker. Is 2Trade Asia okay, guys, for those people who are using 2Trade Asia? Let me know. I might create an account there as well and try to see and give you feedback. Let me know as well if there are much better brokers that I can also consider. So, home si Meg na review ko na ba? Wait lang ha. Oh, Meg is another good stock. 343 is the breakout point. We have an official breakout in Meg. You see that? 345. Volume is also there, right? From a sideways, and we officially broke out of that. Grabe, it took what? Months to break this with a foreign buying and a good volume. We also have some good news right here. 18 hours ago, Mega World Q3 earnings recover as economy reopens. So, good catch. Miss Jaydee, IDC. This is from Francis. IDC, we are currently at a resistance. I'd say this is a resistance because while the price is moving higher, by the way, this is a resistance because the past 3 days you are consolidating at this level. Okay, so that's hint number 1. Hint number 2, as the price goes higher, your RSI is declining. Look at that. The momentum is dying down. Okay, so if this stock does not start the price higher than 307, and probably most of it happens below that line, then expect for it to drop and experience some, retracement or correction in the coming days. So that is for Francis. Gerald Magtoto, I hope you're still here. I'll review your AGI. AGI, look at this. But there, we'll see if it will continue to move higher. But we're definitely at the resistance area. Slightly, it increased, or it ended much higher than the 868 level. So if we have another green candlestick by tomorrow, that could be a form of confirmation. Otherwise, given that your RSI is also lower right here, possible din siyang mag retrace and profit taking can happen. Okay, so two things here. When your price level is ascending, like what we've seen earlier, while the price is moving higher, and your RSI is declining, that's a sign of weakness. Also, if price level stops at the same area, like what happened here, and your RSI is also declining, that's a sign of weakness too. Okay, so two possibilities or two hints that would give you an idea that the stock is approaching a decline. Share buyback. Bakit? Kasi sobrang baba. A share buyback can happen when a stock is at a very cheap level and the company feels that the price is lower than its value or than its potential value. That's why they're having share buyback. Okay, because they feel that it's a cheap level and it could go higher. And when the company does the buyback, that means the available stock in the market to for the public to consume, law of supply and demand, that means price will go higher. Okay, well, let me open the details. $8.46. Person buyback program approved by board. The corporation purchased the open market on November 10 a total of 849 common shares. 843 nila nabili. Ayun o, umaakyat na siya. Actually, in the different price levels eh. 846, 837, 835, pero ang laki ng binili nila. So, promising stock, guys. It could push the price higher. Grabyo past how many days? Puro buyback. So, looking good. I see a big possibility that it will open higher than 868 level or 875 level. So that's so Francis Ricasio, I hope you were able to hear that. Uy, JFC, ito pa pala, ang dami ko na palang backlog. Anthony Lee, Bell, please. Okay, Bell. Okay. For Bell, well, you have a breakout for Bell, but it continued to move higher, as you can see, right? It pushed the price higher, and we all know that when a stock goes higher than the resistance, aakyat siya. Aakyat muna siya. Tapos babalikan niya yung resistance to create a support. And at the moment, what I am seeing is that this doji that we have here, this is one sign. Okay, one sign of weakness that there could be profit taking that will happen. Probably another red candlestick by tomorrow will be your confirmation that indeed it could potentially go back to 149. So my take on this, if tomorrow you see that price struggling to push higher and higher, that should already be your sign to start locking in some profit. Okay, this is the support at the moment, 149. Next is JFC. JFC, also my stock here. I have a position here, and this is giving me a sign of weakness. And of course, because this stock has already been climbing so high, this is a weakness for me. It could experience some declines by tomorrow. But as for me, I'm not exiting because this is a long-term stock for me. If it drops, chances are it will just drop and stabilize at the 184. That's your first stop. Okay, and just you can measure it in a Fibonacci retracement, but at a glance, I see it dropping at that level. A reason being is if you look to the left, you will see this. This is a support. Also some stabilization that happened here and a resistance that happened here. So if you uh, follow the thought process where you have a previous resistance. It could potentially act as a support when it goes down. That's it. Okay, that's just a simple concept there. So just hang in there yet. If you're interested in this stock, I say hold on to your buying power and wait for it to go down for a few pesos, and at least you could get it at a cheaper level. SMPH, this is for, hold on, say Unaco, FNI. We're already at a, tingnan natin muna to. Slightly lower, pero baka pwede pa, no? I know, no. We're sitting at a resistance for FNI. There, first of all, there's a wick. That means it was kind of rejected at that level. And then if you look to the left, ito, gonna make this bigger. Look to the left, this one over here. Support siya. Resistance over here. So 157 at the moment is your resistance. So be extra careful. If it does not break that, then you might see this price dropping for now and revisit probably around the 140 level. Pwedeng 138, but it's an area. So around 130 to 140, that could be an area of drop there. Next one is SMPH. SMPH, the volume is still present. Interesting. It is a resistance, but what's really interesting to see here is the good volume. So if it starts higher than 38.30, then you have a breakout play. But then again, not far from where it could potentially break out is a resistance. Resistance could be around the 41.84 level, so could be slightly higher or lower. But definitely, if you're just going to probably day trade this one, or position trade or momentum trade, that's a gain of possible 7%. So if you are on the conservative side and most of the action happens lower than the 38, this level, 38.70 level, and if it drops, next drop would be 34.13. So at least regardless of the direction it'll take, depending on your appetite, your risk appetite, you can still trade the stock. So one, of course, if it experiences a weakness at the 38.71, don't pause, don't take action, and then it goes revisit 34.13, that's the time to take action. Okay, and if it starts higher than 38.71, then you have a gain. You have a good trading position there. Next one. IDC, Francis M. Don, Lucky Bacolod, I love you, Miss Jaydee, VLL. Okay, VLL. Tapos na dividend. Now, VLL, you know what I like about this is, ang liit ng ano ko, no? Ang screen. What I like about this is, tingnan mo to, good volume, okay? The day before yesterday, good volume. Push the price higher even though that's a red. Not a lot of people exited their position. They're still holding on to their position. So, posible, kaso I see some resistance pattern nearby, around 391. This is a support support here as well. I can expand this to make it on a weekly outlook. Ayan o. May support siya dyan. Previous support. And then next stop is, if it goes higher, this is your next stop. But if it drops, by the way, I'm in the weekly chart, okay? If it drops, it could drop at the 352. Yun. So, find your entry depending on how active you are when the market is open, okay? So, for a position trader would probably wait around near the MA20 line. Now, if it breaks out of the 390 level, then you have a breakout play, and it would give you a potential gain of around 10%. But if you're a long-term trade position or long-term investor, ito, 7, laki pa ng possibility. Okay, so at least you have different perspectives and different kind of trading activity based on the position of the stock. Gerald Magtoto, thank you, Jaydee, for reviewing. Meg, you're welcome. Thank you for dropping by. I hope you guys also subscribe to our channel so we can grow our community. Dang, Phil Stock. Phil Stock is the broker, right? Hanap ako. Basta I'm seriously considering other brokers right now. Sobrang lagi ng COL. IRC, Lilibeth. Actually, nagkamali ako. I was thinking to buy IDC for dividends, pero IRC napindot ko. Let's see IRC. IRC is the one for the subway, di ba? Ay, sign of weakness na to si IRC, ha? Oh, declining momentum while the price is moving higher. So if you are already profitable, maybe you could lock in your profit. Kasi I feel that this is going to decline any moment from now. Look at this. This is a resistance, okay? Previously support siya dyan. Look at that. Ito kasi this candlestick is already weakness confirmed by this candlestick. So, I hope, Lilibeth, you could, I really don't know what your average price is, but be very careful. I see a possibility of a retracement or a correction in the coming days for IRC. Miss Jaydee, I always watch your videos and ads with it. Thank you. Pwede po malaman topic nyo po, ma'am, for tomorrow PSCI. Tama si Carlo. I'll post it in my Patreon. Kasi this talk is based on our insights here kasi I need to take some time. Like right now, I cannot do impromptu assessment. I have to look at it, do some screenshots, and I post my narratives why I'm choosing such. Because right now, it's going to be on the spot. I don't want to, I don't want to give impromptu suggestion without thoroughly studying. This one is based on your request and based on whatever is trending. Because later on, if you don't have a request, I'll go ahead and check out all the stocks here. But tama si Carlo, if you want to see picks that I have carefully studied, dun ko siya nilalagay. FB, okay, FB. Oh, my dividend. November 13. Wala ka. So that means you cannot. Okay, guys. Ito So if this is the first time you'll be experiencing dividend play here, November 13 is the X date. If you want to take advantage of the dividend, you should not enter on the 13th because that's a date excluded. That's the meaning of it. You should be entering prior to the 13th of November. Now, let's say you feel that tomorrow it is going to decline, which I see happening, okay, and you already have a position here, you can consider exiting and still get the dividend. Kasi nakapasok ka na before the 13th. So even on the first minute of the 13th, you want to get out, okay lang, you can get the dividend. Now, what I can say at the moment for the this stock, see this? As you went near the MA20 line, there was a rejection. Okay, that long wick over here, that was already a rejection at the resistance area, and then I feel that there could be some profit taking that will happen by tomorrow for FB, San Miguel Food. Okay, let's put our support at the previous area where you had some consolidation, 62.97. That is the next support that I can see. Okay, but it's just slightly lower or higher. Okay, because you had some overshoot right at this level, so it could be in that area too. UNC RLC. I remember some folks posting a request for RLC. And this one is for Aaron. RLC is a bounce, okay? With a nice volume. Ganda ng volume. I'd use the MA20 line as our support just in case there will be fluctuations that will happen. But one lesson I learned from that experience I had with Dito is that if we know that this stock is going to move up, right, and you're very near a support, so kahit mag-post ka ng order ng 1605 para at least capture agad yung order mo. Because I see the stock moving higher by tomorrow. So who asked for my stock pick? Now that I see this, this is a good pick that you guys shared today. Okay, 1571 to 16, anywhere from that point to 16, it would be a very good entry price for tomorrow. Look at that, on sideways for an extended period of time. The volume, see that cloud over here? The volume is increasing, so that's a good one. Yun, Deng Medina, Phil stock. Okay ba siya, Deng? Sige nga, I'll check that out. Aaron, good pick ka dyan, RLC. That was a good catch there. Timson. Yun, Timson pala, good din yan. 7 from Redwin. 7. Sideways, still sideways. Technically, we're just sitting at the support level, but I think the best way to approach this is wait for it to go higher than the MA20 line, so we can confirm a reversal at that point. Sideways pa siya. So wait for it to cross the MA20 and check the volume, number 1. Okay, ito. Let the price cross MA20. Check the volume if it's increasing as well. And number 3, check your RSI if it's around the 50 area. So at least it is consolidating with a momentum. So that's my take, but definitely we're still at a support. Timson is very good. No lag whatsoever, even in Dito hype. Ayan, sige. I hope, so if I create an account there today, I hope by tomorrow it already starts. And does it accept, sige, I'll research na lang. I'll research the funding source that I can use. Thank you as always, Miss Jaydee. You're welcome. Vincent Libot, thank you for these lessons. You're welcome too. Do you think the typhoon will cause a red candlestick for PSEI tomorrow? I'd say possible na may 1 to 2% increase pa siya in the price. Okay, because we're fast approaching the resistance area, so I'm not sure if it will end with a green candlestick touching the resistance at 7173, or it will just touch the 7173 with a long wick and then decline. So it depends on the volume. So we can have one small candlestick in between 7,024 at the price where it is at right now and here, putting one candlestick pa yan. Or kung high volatility, it could touch it and then it will drop. But this is what I was explaining earlier, because of the fact that we've been rallying significantly. This could be the third leg of your Elliott wave, and it could touch the 7,173 level. Tapos magdo-drop siya and drop at this level. And the reason why I said that, kasi if you look to the left, this is where you had some consolidation. And why did I put it at the 7173? Because ito, I see this. So yun lang. There is a chance. Whether it's because of the typhoon, the effect of the typhoon could be another one, but the formation itself, we're approaching a resistance level. Yun. Okay. Let's check out the other stocks. Si Dito. For Dito, I'd say, even though there's a big solid red, what happened here is that it just simply filled the gap, because the whole day, at the start of the day, it did a gap up. Okay, nag-gap up siya. And the area where it opened is actually a resistance level. So people took profit. And it filled that gap. So I feel that, this MA20 line could be a solid level where it could potentially bounce. So we're still optimistic at this point. We can have some stabilization around 624 before it goes up again. Okay. Now, if it breaks that key level, the next drop that I see would be 541, 540. But I think that should already be it, given that there are a lot of news influencers in the past how many days. Okay, so a lot of people are really bullish with what Dito can bring to us in the coming months. And we're approaching December. They mentioned that. I'm not sure if it's going to be November or December. They will be releasing SIM cards already. So I think that's it. Thank you for answering the question, Vincent. You're welcome. Ayun. So, was I able to answer everyone's question tonight? Tingnan muna natin ang ating US market. So guys, if you're also interested in trading the US market, I'm recommending eToro, very, very user friendly. And I think a lot of the, YouTubers, a lot of content creators are also recommending, because Yeah, totally agree. It's really easy to use, and it's also a social. It's like a social. It's like Instagrams, um, social media, and then the trading platform merged together. So that's another good thing. So I posted the. I can bump up the link for eToro and for my Patreon account if you're interested. This is my eToro link if you're interested. And if you want to have a personalized interaction with Miss Jaydee, join my Patreon account. There you go. So in the meantime, if there are no other questions, magte-trade na uli si Miss Jaydee in the US market. Yeah, thank you guys for joining me this evening, and let's catch up again tomorrow. Really hoping that we'll be able to wake up early and we'll be able to watch the market um, while it's open. Because I always sleep super late and I would always wake up 1 hour before the market closes. Yon. Kasi position trader nga diba? So I don't really have to watch uh, every minute. So yon. Thank you guys for joining me this evening, and you stay safe. Have a good night. Bye bye for now.